Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Jermaine, and I'm back with another Simple Truth News update. As you can see, I'm out in the yard today trying to get a few things done and trying to get some work done out here on this yard that I have here, trying to just keep things going. But I wanted to come in with you today, and I just wanted to share a few moments with you and talk to you one more time about this Trayvon Martin situation. First and foremost, people, what seems to be the overwhelming attitude out there. There are two trains of thought out there. You have the people in support of Trayvon Martin. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Then you have those that are in support of George Zimmerman. Again, there is nothing wrong with people having their own mindset to think what they choose to think about this situation. But what I want to share with you and what I want to say is that the most important thing that I'm finding out is that people are not thinking this thing out clearly. Take a seat here. What I'm seeing is that people are getting upset at the fact that George Zimmerman was not convicted of the death of this young man. And I agree that this young man should not have been brutally murdered, no matter what the circumstance or situation is, whether it was George Zimmerman protecting himself and he was getting beat up by Trayvon Martin. That's neither here nor say. But what is important is the prosecution had the opportunity to present the case for a conviction, and unfortunately that didn't happen. They did not prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that George Zimmerman was guilty, regardless to what the media has said, what people's opinions are, even regardless to what a person like myself, my opinion is, as far as the simple truth and the news updates that I give you. It is all about being able to prove whether George Zimmerman did what turned out to be a very horrible tragedy with Trayvon Martin passing away and him being killed, his life being taken. I want you to understand this, is that we cannot have the attitude in this society because we don't like the way the game is being played, that we can take our ball and go home. Because the reason I say that is now you have a situation where it seems almost to appeal to public sentiment. You have the president taking into his hands, using the power and the office of the presidency to be able to look further into the verdict of George Zimmerman. And not only is he going to verbalize that, but he's also going to have his people, the people that he has under his power, i.e. Eric Holder. He is now looking into the situation, and it seems as if they are using this. I had spoke to you before when I originally talked about this. What is the purpose? Why are they doing what they're doing? It seems as if this is the perfect opportunity to be able to utilize and use Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman to be able to further their agenda as far as the taking away of the Second Amendment rights here in the United States. Now, this is just my theories, my thoughts, and my opinion. But yet we are all entitled to our own opinion, but we're not entitled to our own facts. And the fact of the matter is that the prosecution did not do what it was supposed to do to be able to have 12 people say that he was guilty. And yet I understand the emotions and the sentiment that are going out there. There are many videos out there where people are giving their own theories. They're telling you why he should have been proven guilty. Well, unfortunately, the prosecution did not do those things. And last but not least, what it comes down to is there need not be any additional senseless violence to be able to prove a point. I've never understood that. I've never understood when people take and use violence as a means to appease violence. Now, I'm not saying that we're not to be strong. I'm not saying be a pacifist, but I'm saying, why do things? Why destroy your own neighborhoods or tear up things because things didn't work out? It almost, again, feels like a child. You're throwing an adult temper tantrum. I just want to share with the people out there to know that, hey, it is horrible that we've lost through senseless violence another black young man. The gentleman that did what he did is free. He's free to go because of the legal system. Now, as I know and many that I speak with, and I discuss this and I've seen videos, well, unfortunately, because people's feelings are the way they are and emotions are the way they are, George Zimmerman may be free as far as what the law says, but society has a whole different take on this. But I would just encourage that people let this go. It is over. Nothing's going to bring back young Trayvon Martin. No matter how much we talk it into the ground, it's not going to happen. And even if something happens to George Zimmerman, as far as other charges are put upon him and he is detained or even incarcerated, it wasn't because of what was presented initially. They had to go and find other means to be able to convict this man. And so I want to say, please, keep your heads about yourself. Let this thing go. Put a positive memory of Trayvon Martin for those who knew him, for those who didn't, because many people out there, you didn't know him. You didn't know what he was all about. You only know from what people have said. Take that, if you want to hold on to a positive memory of the young man, and move forward. Make sure that you protect and keep a better eye on your children, that you teach your children what is right, what is wrong, and what they should and shouldn't be doing. Use this as an example, because just because we are allowed to look and act the way we want to does not mean we should look and act sometimes the way we individually want to. The simple truth of the whole matter is that violence does not alleviate the problem. Sometimes it expounds upon the problem. This has been the simple truth. And as I've always told you, it's the simple things that are the most profound. But yet, they're the most difficult to put into practice and to actually do. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you, and you again real soon.